Hello there friends, and today we're discussing MMA stories, and this is going back a few years again here, and one of my friends, Aaron Smackwell Blackwell, had a fight in Birmingham, and he took this fight, and I was training him at the time, and all we knew about the guy was he was an Indian guy from Birmingham, and the fight show was going to be in Birmingham, and he come from a striking background. So I was training Aaron for the fight, and I was calling him with my friend Matt Flower, and we drove to Birmingham, and Aaron come up with his massive support of 3 people, one including his mum. And we got to this venue, and you could sort of feel the tension in the room here. There was a real sort of male crowd, lots of testosterone going around, and there was these 2 massive groups. One was like a big sort of all white people group, and another was a big group of Indian guys on loads of tables, and there's like sort of 30 in one group and 40 in another. And they took up pretty much a lot of the people there, and there was a bit of tension between the 2. You could hear some backing and forthing going on. Anyway, we didn't really think anything of it. Sometimes, when you go to MMA shows, you do go and there is a lot of obviously testosterone flying around, and you get some, rougher environments and rougher crowds there, and big groups of guys. Anyway, it's I'm warming Aaron up. It's his time to fight, and we come down. Now he's having a fight with this guy. It's a real good fight. It's really back and forth. Aaron is a more skilled striker, very slick, Taekwondo black belt, and throwing some fantastic kicks. But this guy's got really good boxing. He's really forward pressure and putting Aaron on the back foot. And it's a very, very close fight. And I believe the first round finishes. Anyway, they then come back out. They start fighting again, and then out of nowhere, bang! Aaron pulls off this beautiful head kick and just knocks this guy spark out, and the fight is over. And Aaron previously said before the fight happens, he goes, if I win, I'm going to get up onto the top ropes and do the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, as he was like super flexible from all the years of Taekwondo. And this fight was actually in a ring and not in a cage. So it was very, very impressive. But the room, apart from us and Aaron's free support, was very, very quiet. And it's just like a deathly silence as this guy's been knocked out, and he's like the hometown boy. Then there's an argument started between the 2 groups, this white group and this Indian guy group. And next things start getting thrown in to the ring, and we're sort of like moving, and then things are being said back and forth between these 2 groups. Then more things are getting thrown in, and then people sort of throwing at each other. The guys who Aaron defeats said, like, calm down guys, and the MC is then also said, like, please calm down, don't do this, don't make this happen. And then I just see a chair flying through the air and hit this woman who was being very aggressive and being honest with you, and she's shouting and screaming at all these guys, hits her in the head, she goes down, and it was like the sort of flame that takes down the building. It just went off. Then the massive brawl starts, just chairs are going, bottles are going, things are flying into the ring. Something hits my friend Matt, and they're sort of not saying very nice things to Aaron, and we're a little bit worried about his safety. So we were like, we need to get out of it. So I was like, Aaron, right, let's get out, let's get you out. So we've got out of the ring, and I'm sort of watching back, and it's just crazy. People are getting knocked out, running, women are going down, they're getting up, they're taking off their shoes, they're hitting people, glasses, people are getting hit with bottles, all the tables went up. Other people are getting involved where they're getting smashed into, then they're hitting in. It was like something out of a OK Corral film. And basically it was just a massive riot, and the whole thing, the MC had to like leave because he got hit with a bottle as well. And we sort of ran up to these stairs and ran up to where all the fighters were, because we didn't know whether all these people were just going to sort of pile in after Aaron, as we didn't have much support there. We were hoping when we got up to the fighters, if it all sort of went terribly wrong, the fighters would have our back a little bit and get on our side. And as we got to the top, the guys, unfortunately the guys getting ready for the next fight, they're saying, what the hell's happened? I said, mate, it's literally gone mad down there. The riot's broken out. all the tables were up. People were getting bottled. People were getting hit with chairs. I saw a woman get hit with a chair. She went down. The MC got hit with a bottle. My friend Matt has. And yeah, it's just, I'm not sure what's going down. The police were called. Unfortunately, the whole show was cancelled. They had like 2 or 3 more fights, and these poor guys getting warmed up. Like, that's the worst bit of it, is that build up and that bit before, and they've got to that point, and then the whole show's cancelled, obviously, because the place was an absolute mess. There was no way that they were going to sort of calm things down. Everyone's getting arrested outside. The police are being sort of really brutal with everyone, and sort of had to try and take control of the situation, because it was like an absolute madhouse, and lots of people were getting arrested on both sides. And to be honest, it was as much everyone's for both sides. They both wanted it. They both wanted trouble. You could feel that as soon as you got in there. You could feel that tension of both sides, like eking out for just a bit of a tear up. And it was an interesting thing to witness, literally from the ring point, and just seeing the whole thing happening. And luckily, I don't think anyone was, no one was killed, but no one was really, really hurt. It was just lots of, like, as you're coming down, you're seeing people with broken noses and black eyes, and bloods all over people's shirts, etc. So even though it was bad, I suppose it could have been worse, but it was an absolute riot. And it was just, I thought the biggest shame was for the guys that were going to be fighting, that then trained all 2-3 months for that fight, all the build up, and then don't get to fight at the end of it, which was a tough pill to swallow for them. But it was an interesting experience, one of the more violent shows I went to in the MMA world, but it was an interesting one, and luckily we came out of it relatively unmarked, thank goodness. So that was it for today's Riot story. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll bring you another one soon. Thank you for watching.